Good afternoon. Be seated. Oh, whoops. Welcome to State College of Florida, Manatee, Sarasota. I'm Darlene Weather-Johnson. I'm the Provost of State College of Florida, Venice campus, and I am delighted to be your MC today. Thank you for being here for our 2013 Honors Convocation. It's our SCF tradition to hold this event every single year to publicly honor and celebrate our most talented students and their achievements. In just a minute, you'll hear about the many outstanding awards that our honorees have earned since they entered our SCF doors. I want you to know it's not always been easy for them, and they have done well as high performers. Many of them have been juggling full-time jobs, some several jobs at a time, families, health concerns, overwhelming financial circumstances. Some of them have prayed their transportation would hold out to that last final. And some of them have even had to carry the burden of being told at an early age that they would never be successful in college. Yet every one of them here today has chosen not to succumb to anything that would hide their talents, but instead has chosen to rise to each challenging occasion and to make their dreams of self-excellence come true. Honorees, congratulations to you. Each one of you in this room is an inspiration to us all in our community. Let's give our honorees a round of applause. And will the parents, families, friends, spouses, children, and community members and significant others in the audience of the honorees, would you please stand for just a moment? We thank you for your generous support of the honorees while they've been here at SCF. You're here to celebrate their accomplishments today, and most of all, we are so grateful, the honorees and SCF, for your faith in their abilities to succeed. Please know that each one of you has been a pillar in these students' lives. And I'd like to recognize our SCF faculty, administration, and staff. Would you please rise? Honorees, SCF has held high standards for you, which you know. Throughout your time here, our faculty, administration, and staff has stretched and challenged you, and you've met their challenges with flying colors. Not only have you accepted the SCF challenges, but you have distinguished yourselves with superior performance. Will you please join me in honoring our honorees today? As you are receiving your awards, we at SCF encourage you to never, ever give up this level of excellence to which you have risen. Some of you will go on to run businesses, some of you will fight fires, some of you will teach our children, some of you will defend our rights in court, some of you will save our lives in medical facilities, some of you may even go on to run the country. Who knows where your futures are? But whatever it is that you choose to do, we urge you to remember to continue with the same sense of excellence and self-renewed dedication that you've shown us at SCF. Let's give our honorees a round of applause. It's my pleasure now to introduce you to our SCF Vice President of Academic Affairs, Mr. Gary Russell.
Thank you. I'm happy to welcome you today. I'm really honored to be here as we recognize the outstanding achievements of our top students. Honestly, this is one of my very favorite things to do each year, and I always sit in awe as I hear the specifics of each award and what it is you've done to earn them. And once I'm here, and when I think about the things that Provost Weather Johnson talked about in terms of the realities of your lives, I can't help but feel incredibly humbled as I listen to the awards you're getting. I actually feel kind of ashamed in a way, because I've got one job and 3 dogs. I don't have sometimes 2 or 3 jobs. I don't have a family to take care of. I certainly don't have children, and even I complain that I feel like I'm overworked. So being here puts me in my place, and I get a bit of a reality check about what is really happening. So again, I want to congratulate you on your exemplary record here at the college. I look forward to today's program and getting a chance to hear about the awards and to share in recognizing your good work. I look forward to hearing more good things about you as well, whether you're transferring to another school to continue your studies, perhaps staying here at SCF and enrolling in one of our bachelor's degrees, or starting your career. Whatever your plans are, you've laid an excellent foundation, and I know that your futures are bright. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Russell. And now, can you please join me in welcoming our Reverend James G. Williamson, he's our chaplain, to the podium to lead us all in the invocation.
Let us pray. O God, who gives knowledge to those who ask, offers truth to those who seek, who opens the doors of wisdom and insight to those who knock. We've gathered this day to recognize the achievements of these honor students and to mark the milestone they pass. Our prayer as their parents, their teachers, their children, and their friends is that this is only a taste of the opportunities that lie ahead for them, that they take the knowledge they have gained to find new and better technologies to keep us healthy, to end poverty, injustice, and oppression, and to preserve this fragile earth, our island home. That they continue to develop the insight and wisdom to build peace in a world where too much violence is known, to build respect where there is too much disregard for human life, and that they never cease to seek the truth wherever it may be found, whether in a microscope, in a lab, in a quiet place on a hillside, or in the face of another human being. That we all may live our lives in peace and safety in the present, and to look with hope to the future. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Chaplain Williamson. Before we start bestowing the awards, we'd like to recognize, he's not here anymore, but I'd like to recognize Mr. R. Warren Apple, who is an adjunct faculty member who has been here for 15 years supporting the students in music, for the fine piano music that he provided for us before the celebration. So just want to recognize him for that. And and please note, and this is very important information, that the procedure for picture taking will be done after the ceremony at the front of the room over here by this beautiful bright blue backdrop. Group members will be called as designated, and labels of presenters' folders are on the honorees program, so you should have something like this. You want to be sure that you pay careful attention to when you're called for your picture, so they'll be calling your group numbers. And now it's time to begin with our departmental awards. Will you join me in welcoming Miss Suzanne Bechtal, instructor and paralegal with our legal assisting program, and she's the legal assisting program manager.
Great to see you all. I'd invite Diane Spinella. Diane is receiving our Outstanding Legal Research, Writing, in Writing Student Award, a very difficult course that you have done a really fine job in, and we wanted to recognize you for that, Diana. Alicia Black. There she is. Alicia Black is in the Associate of Arts program for the Paralegal Studies, and we have the Outstanding Associate of Arts student in Paralegal Legal Assisting. Congratulations. Kathleen Hattie. Kathleen Hattie is a student of the Advanced Technical Certificate in the Paralegal Legal Assisting program, and we would like to thank her for her outstanding work as well.
Thank you. And next is Mr. Michael Rogers, Assistant Professor of Social and Behavioral Sciences.
Hello and welcome. Would Lauren Gattery please come up, please? Please come up front, please. In addition to Lauren being the Vice President of Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society and an active, and must I say, very vocal member of the History and Political Science Club, Lauren is being recognized as being the most outstanding student in political science. Congratulations, Lauren.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome. I look forward, Lauren, to the day that you run for Congress.
Please welcome to the podium Dr. Andrew Swanson, Associate Professor of Natural Sciences.
Thank you. Thanks. Would Alex Bracken come forward? Alex is receiving the Outstanding Student in Biology Award. And Alex has consistently been at the top of both Fundamentals of Biology 1, Fundamentals of Biology 2. Just shows a really a promise in biology. So it's got this. And you know, Alex is very talented, and I'm sure there's a lot of career paths that he can take, but I'm hoping that with this animal physiology book, he might stay in biology and become a successful scientist. So. All right.
Next, we have Dr. Melanie Wright, Assistant Professor of Natural Sciences.
Jacob Brecker, could you come forward, please? Jacob, I'm proud to announce your achievement as the most outstanding chemistry major for the 2012-2013 academic year. As part of your award, you get the plaque, but you also get a copy of the Handbook of Chemistry and Physics, and I have a feeling you're going to be using that in the future.
Thank you. I would like our group to please welcome Dr. Beth Kirsten, Professor of Natural Sciences, to the podium.
Could I have Victor Malawan, please, come to the front? How you doing? Oh, okay. Well, make sure you sleep Sunday. You have your final on Monday. It is, yeah, he was willing to suffer with me again. It is my pleasure to I knew I was going to, see, I needed someone to mess up before I got up here. It is my pleasure to present you with the Outstanding A&P 1 Student Award. For those of you who aren't familiar with A&P 1, it's sometimes considered the weeding out course for students that are moving into the health-related fields like nursing, radiography, physical therapy. And Victor always had a smile on his face despite everything that I would dump on him in class. But he excelled at everything. I never had to worry, and I always did kind of check over your exams to make sure if something was wrong with a lot of people, if I was wrong too. So you also get a beautiful plaque, a medical dictionary just to help you along the way, and if you want to get something that is more to your liking, a little gift card there for you. So I'll see you on Monday at your time. All right, now that my mistake is out of the way, Catherine Pope, can I have you come up, please? Catherine, you are receiving the Outstanding A&P 2 award today. She is also, I would like her also honored for winning the Outstanding A&P 1 award last year, but she was unable to attend, so you have to give her extra applause. It's been a pleasure being your instructor for 2 semesters. She's also been tutoring for me this semester for my A&P 1 and 2 classes. I could not be any prouder of her. And again, a beautiful plaque that you can put next to the one you got last year. A medical dictionary, and again, you know, get yourself a little something. And a lovely certificate. You're welcome. And Victor, you didn't get a hug, Victor, but you know, if you want one and your wife says it's fine, I'll hug you later.
Next is Dr. Karen Wetz, Professor of Natural Sciences.
I'd like to ask Jacob Recker to please come back up. Jacob, you've earned the Outstanding Physics Student of the Year Award. Congratulations. Here's a certificate and a plaque, and there is a book, because I'm trying to get you back from the chemistry people, so that he has outstanding average, high 90s all the time, 100 on the last test. I thought you were losing your focus after spring break, but he came right back with another 100. So I'm really pleased. Congratulations, and I'm expecting a lot of good things.
Please welcome to the podium Ms. Adrienne Gould-Chiquette, Instructor and Program Director of Emerging Technologies.
Robert Mollet, could you please come to the podium? Robert is receiving the Excellence in Engineering Technology Award today. I've had the pleasure of having Robert in my class, as well as advising him as he progressed through the program. His outstanding academic performance alone could earn him this award. However, his commitment and contributions to our engineering technology community is what has actually earned him this award. He is our go-to guy for SolidWorks, and he assumes this role graciously, and he recently entered a national competition for SolidWorks, and although he didn't win in his rookie season, he has notified the SolidWorks community that SCF is on the map. So I appreciate your enthusiasm and dedication to the program, and I wish you continued success. Okay. And I have a book for you. Here you go. Robert aspires to be a toy designer, so the cult of Lego. Enjoy. Okay, and Nancy and Caton, please come to the podium. Nancy and Caton will be receiving the Outstanding Teamwork Leading to Outstanding Success in Energy Technology Management. Just 16 short months ago, Nancy and Caton began the BAS Energy Technology Management program. In a few days, they will be the first students to earn this bachelor's degree in Energy Technology Management. It must be noted that each of these students would have special distinction on the stage as nominees for SCF's first Outstanding Graduate Award for bachelor's degree students. So that's pretty remarkable. But the reason that Nancy and Caton are here today is to be honored for the embodiment of teamwork during the last 16 months. These two students worked together, encouraging excellence in each other and throughout the entire program. During the dark days of unyielding deadlines, Nancy and Caton remained collegial and supportive. Together, brought up the program to a higher level. And they're generous with their gift of collaboration. Recently, in their HVAC course, I witnessed the instructor divide the class into separate groups. And the line that he divided was right in between Nancy and Caton's desks. So I felt like I should correct the instructor and say, no, Nancy and Caton should be in the same team together. But I was wrong. Neither of them flinched, and they exhibited the same dedication to their newly formed groups, each assuming a team leader role. And watching them embark on the watching them, Nancy and Caton, has been a life lesson for me. And I will miss them, and I wish them the best of luck as they embark on their next journey. Okay, so here. Okay, for you. Okay, and I just want to say one other thing. So I was particularly honored that each of the three emerging technology awardees today went out of their way to invite me here today to join them. And so I am honored to be here with you, and there is no place I would rather be right now. Thank you.
Next is Dr. Louis Okonkwo, Professor of Business.
Will Lee May Young come up? Lee May Young is the outstanding student in business administration. In order to be an outstanding student, you must have A or B average in micro economics, financial and managerial accounting. And for Lee, she has maintained A average on those 4 courses, which are basically tough courses. And I'm pleased to have her in class, even though she's so quiet. She doesn't say much of anything in class, but she always excels. And thank you again for being in my class.
Let's welcome Ms. Mary Beth Headley, Assistant Professor of Mathematics.
I'd like to invite Jacob Brecker back up, please. Jacob is getting the Outstanding Student in Mathematics Award, and he definitely deserves it. Right now he's in Calculus 3 and differential equations at the same time and is excelling in both. I quickly learned in the first class I had him in Calculus 1 to grade his test first to make sure my answer key was right. And he's just a wonderful student. I know he's going to do great things. And we have a book for you and a certificate. And congratulations.
And now, Mr. James Alexander, Adjunct Faculty of Art, Design, and Humanities.
Thank you. I have a number of honorees that we'll be recognizing. Basically, there was 5 award winners for this year's student juried art show. 4 were category awards, and there was also a Juror's Choice Award. First off, would Susan Luck Perkins please come up? Susan won the Juror's Choice Award for her stippled drawing entitled Frankenberry. Enigmatic title, I think you'll find, and you'll have to ask Susan what exactly that means. Congratulations, Susan. Would Christopher Parisi please come up? Christopher won first place in graphic design. He had done a graphic design image for The Life of Pi, which of course is based on both the book and the film. Congratulations. Would Evan Lamar please come forward? Evan won first place for two-dimensional design, specifically his abstract painting. Congratulations, Evan. Elizabeth Ramos, please come forward. Elizabeth won first place for three-dimensional design for her ceramic sculpture of both anatomical study of the flesh as well as the skull. Congratulations, Elizabeth. And finally, would Sonny McDaniel please come forward? Sonny won first place in photography for her outstanding black and white portrait photograph. Congratulations. I would just like to finish by saying the student show is still up. It's located in the entrance to the library, and certainly if you have not yet been able to see it, I highly encourage you to do so. Thank you very much.
Will Dr. J. Woody McCree, Associate Professor of Religion and Philosophy, please come to the front.
Would Zachary Taylor please come forward, please? This year our department has a new course offering, environmental philosophy, and Zach did, it's actually a pretty hard course. We do a lot of interesting things like field trips to learn about ecosystems, but the actual Oxford anthology we use has it's pretty heavy slugging. So Zachary showed excellence and a high degree of inquisitiveness in this field and has also been involved in Philosophy Club. And so he's definitely the outstanding philosopher of the year. And so I have two books that follow up on that interest. One that shows the scientific rationale behind why native plant landscaping is really the way to go, and also an environmental classic, River of Grass by Marjorie Stoneman Douglas. So, thank you. Congratulations, and here's your certificate. There it is. Thanks. Would Corey Culbertson please come forward? Corey is currently in Eastern philosophy and religion, and that's a Gordon Rule or a writing intensive class, and he's given such outstanding, consistent essays throughout that I really felt that this year he was the one who deserved the award. And it also sort of made a further point to me that I often tell religion students that if you really want to get religion, you really should go take some lit courses. Corey's probably more known around campus as a poet and involved with various literature classes more than religion classes, but the fact is that learning how to read and analyze a text, poetry, novels, etc., actually is very useful for religious studies. It makes one interpret texts carefully and sensitively and accurately with insight. So he's done an excellent job, and so I've got two different books, an ancient Islamic mystical poet, Rumi, the Book of Love, and one that's more tangentially related to the course we just took, Allen Ginsberg's Zen sort of inspired poetry. So thank you very much. Enjoy those, and here's your certificate.
And now, Ms. Elizabeth Smith, Instructor of Language and Literature.
My recipient is unable to be here today, but I'd like to recognize Haley Kurtz for the Outstanding Developmental Student for her perseverance and academic achievement.
Next, Ms. Jane Jones, Professor of Language and Literature.
I don't think Jessica Keene is here today either, but Jessica wrote a really outstanding essay that the English department chose as their outstanding literature essay of the year, and so I will make sure that she gets her certificate and the book. Thank you.
Mr. Richard McKee, Instructor of Language and Literature.
Thank you. Will Taylor Masella please come forward? Taylor is the winner of the Outstanding Student in Language and Literature this semester. And I'm not here to pleasure having Taylor in class, but I understand that to get here, that involves a lot of writing, a lot of reading, a lot of A's, and a lot of sleepless nights. Congratulations, Taylor. Also, there's a copy of Joseph Conrad's, the portable Joseph Conrad. Don't read any of that before bedtime. And collected essays of Ralph Ellison. Congratulations.
And now, Mr. Matthew Masucci, Assistant Professor of Language and Literature.
Hi. Can I have Josh Feltoff come up so that way I can shower him with accolades and embarrass him? Oh, I will. It's all I'm capable of. I'm advisor of Electrofrog, the online student literary magazine here at the campus, and it's run by the journalism students every semester. And Josh, I've had the pleasure of having in multiple classes, including the journalism classes as well for the past 2 semesters. And he's done really an excellent job of organizing submissions as they come in and really kind of exploring a very new organizational model that doesn't require me ripping out my hair. And I have precious few years left of hair, so I thank you very much for that. So as a result, you get a lovely certificate. Congratulations. As well as he's a writer himself, and so he enjoys kind of exploring the boundaries of comfort in his own work. So I have 2 books for him that are dictionaries that will help him with his writing, and they are significantly lighter than those coming from the science department.
Dr. Douglas Ford, Venice Chair of Arts and Letters and Professor of Language and Literature.
I don't know which one to talk into. Okay. Would Chloe Churchill and April Newcity come up, please? And I just have Chloe. Chloe is receiving, there's April. Okay, sorry. April and Chloe are receiving awards recognizing their accomplishment in the area of creative writing, specifically with a story they wrote in the genre of flash fiction, which was judged by SCF faculty. Both of their stories rose to the top, and we want to acknowledge them with a certificate. Congratulations. There you go. And books for each of them to encourage them onward with their writing. So this is for you. Now I get to invite Corey Culbertson back to the stage, along with Justin Oberg. Corey and Justin have both won our slam events this semester. Our slam events are competitive poetry readings that are very grueling and very tough to get through. And the fact that they both made it through to the top prize, Corey for fall 2012 and Justin for spring 2013, we're really proud of them. So I want to thank them with this certificate. That's for you. And they get a collection of poetry to go along with that.
Thank you. Next coming up are our academic team recognitions. Will Dr. Louis Okonkwo, Professor of Business and Advisor for Phi Beta Lambda, please come to the front?
For those of you who don't know what Phi Beta Lambda is the college level of the Future Business Leaders of America at the middle school and high school. And that's where we train and help students to be able to get their leadership skills. So we always have a district conference here at SCF, and then the state conference is either in Orlando or Tampa, and then the national conference goes around the country. In fact, in June, we'll be leaving for Anaheim, California for the national conference. But in order to be at the national conference, you have to place at the state conference. You have to at least get first or second position to be able to go to the national conference. And it's an organization of colleges and universities across the nation. And of course, we're beginning to get Canada, Japan has sent some candidates last year. And they're trying to make it more international as we're going along. Eto Ebo, as I call you guys, make sure you come up. I'm trying to do this at the same time. Eto Ebo is the president and is also the state secretary for PBL at the state level. Brian Ebo is the vice president, also a team member. Brian won the national award in economics last year when we went to San Antonio. Jamie Johnson is the secretary. Tat Singh Young is the treasurer. Mary Ward is the parliamentarian. Mary took the first place in the state. Is going to Anaheim, California in June. And Lydia O'Shields. Okay, where is Nick?
Thank you. Mr. Michael Rogers, Assistant Professor of Social and Behavioral Sciences and Co-Advisor of Phi Theta Kappa.
Would Lydia O'Shields please return to the front? Lydia moved here from Russia only 4 years ago. And then she learned English and made the awesome decision to enroll at the State College of Florida here in Venice. Very happy to have her on this campus. She continues to impress everyone with her academic accomplishments. Lydia, just to name a few, is president of the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society on the Venice campus. And she was recently named to the 2013 All-Florida Academic Team, which recognizes outstanding students for their academic achievement, leadership, and service to their community. She was among only 30 students to receive this award. So we are very proud of you, Lydia, for this. Congratulations. You are a true leader on this campus and in this community, and I look forward to hearing about your future international involvement. I have another medal to add to your bling. I have several certificates. Here's one for the All-State Academic Team. Here is House Resolution 9049 from the state of Florida House of Representatives, which is honoring Phi Theta Kappa 2013 All-Florida Academic Team. So there's your copy of that. And one more certificate. Congratulations, Lydia.
Next on our program are the Scholarship Awards. I'd like to introduce Dr. Donald Bowman, Vice President of Educational and Student Services. And Mr. Jeff Snyder, Advisor of Student Life.
Student Life and myself are very honored to be able to provide 4 individuals with the Wayne Gulbertson Academic Scholarship Award. May I ask Stephanie Donaldson, Tanya Lebed, Elizabeth Rice, and Christopher Stow to come forward. Wayne Goldbertson was an SCF student, a single parent, and an active member of the Student Government Association who passed away during his time at SCF. To honor Wayne's memory, fellow SGA members through the years have created this scholarship, which has helped hundreds of single parents for over 20 years. Criteria for the scholarship includes a minimum of a 2.75 average, completion of at least 30 credit hours, be a full part-time student enrolled during the spring term, be a single parent with one or more dependents, and planning on continuing or furthering their education. This year, the SGA, in collaboration with the SCF Foundation, are proud to present a scholarship check to these very deserving, hardworking students. Congratulations. Congratulations. Well done.
And now are our community-sponsored awards and scholarships. Mr. James Alexander, Adjunct Faculty of Arts, Design, and Humanities.
Thank you. It is my privilege to present the Peter and Mary Lou Vogt Award. The Peter and Mary Lou Vogt Award was created by the Vogts, who were students at SCF Venice. They enjoyed their experience with the art classes so much that it inspired them to make a donation to allow other SCF art students to share in the opportunities that they had while attending classes here. The recipient of this award must have successfully completed a minimum of 3 applied art classes at SCF and demonstrated a willingness to explore multiple and unfamiliar art techniques, as well as originality and continued improvement of technical skills. This year's recipient of the Vogt Award will receive a monetary award and will also be allowed a solo exhibition at the SCF Venice Art Gallery. This year's recipient is Elizabeth Ramos. Elizabeth has taken certainly a number and quite a variety of art classes with us. Among those were both Drawing 1 as well as Painting 1 and Painting 2. There she worked in both acrylics and oils. Of course, she's also done a number of 3D classes as well, and we are proud to have a number of her works on exhibition in the juried student art show. Congratulations, Elizabeth.
And now, back to the podium, Dr. Donald Bowman, Vice President of Educational and Student Services, and Mr. Jeffrey Snyder, Advisor of Student Life. They're going to present our Image Awards.
This is one of the most prestigious awards that is given each year and has been given since the early 1980s. I would ask Austin Dietra, Nara Fernandez, and Lydia O'Shields to please come up and join Jeff on my left side here, please. The purpose of the Image Award is to recognize the State College of Florida students who exemplify the ability to overcome any number of barriers as well as challenges in their lives that would otherwise keep most students and most individuals from succeeding in higher education. These 3 students have committed themselves to achieve their academic and their personal goals here at the State College of Florida. They've contributed to the life and work and the mere fabric of our institution and represent the mission and vision of the State College of Florida. This award recognizes those students who truly embody the image of our college and in the college, the community at large. The State College of Florida is proud to present medallions to each of these individuals that has been designed specifically by the college as a memorabilia for them to understand how much each of them have touched our lives. Congratulations.
I'd now like to introduce Dr. Douglas Ford, Venice Chair of Arts and Letters and Professor of Language and Literature. He will give us the charge.
Aren't you tired of clapping? First of all, I feel really honored to have the opportunity to provide the charge for this convocation. And I'd like to echo what Mr. Gary Russell said at the beginning when he said that he felt humbled by all this. And I feel humbled by the presence of such accomplishment. In many respects, this becomes the greatest honor and the greatest thing about working here at SCF. And in this respect, I believe that I also speak for those sitting behind me. I'm speaking of that moment when you come onto the stage and share your success with us. Of course, some of us might owe you a graded paper or two. We'll get to that as soon as we're done here today. I was asked to give this charge right after teaching my creative writing class. And during that class, I found a way to apply some choice words by the Doctor. Do you know who I'm talking about? I'm talking about the title character of a long-running British TV show called Doctor Who. And the Doctor is a 900-year-old traveler in time and space. And you remember this, Chloe and April? Okay, all right. He accomplishes these travels with the help of an innocuous-looking blue box, an old police call box, actually, that functions as a vessel that flies through space and travels in time. Almost always, he travels with a companion, usually a human being, who remarks on the fantastic nature of the Doctor and his blue box. Is it smaller on the outside or just bigger on the inside? You gotta watch the show to understand what I mean. The Doctor has said many insightful things during his adventures. This TV show, mind you, has been on the air in one form or other since the 1960s. On one occasion, the Doctor says, "Some people live more in 20 years than others do in 80. It's not the time that matters, it's the person." On another, he says, "Never ignore coincidence, unless, of course, you're busy, in which case, always ignore coincidence." We might also learn from him when he says, "There's always something to look at if you open your eyes." And we must always remember his advice about what to bring to a party, since many of you will party, if not tonight, then most certainly after your final exams. He says, "Always take a banana to a party. Bananas are good." Remember that. Finally, and most important for this charge, he says, "Do you know, in 900 years of time and space, I've never met anyone who wasn't important before?" In other words, for all his extraordinary adventures and all his extraordinary characteristics, the Doctor still finds himself awed by the importance of everyone around him, no matter how insignificant they may seem at first. The world, the universe, would not exist as the amazing place it is without each of us. In fact, what the Doctor has realized is that living an amazing life means encouraging others to discover their potential and to realize how integral they are to everything and everyone around them. That is my charge to you today, to enjoy your accomplishments, to bask in the honor your instructors have come here to share with you, but also when you leave this building today, to recognize the amazing quality and potential in someone else, perhaps someone who's never received a summons to come to an honors convocation, someone whose talents and potential have gone forgotten, someone who studies all night after working all day so that she can finally earn that A in biology, maybe, or perhaps someone who earned an A for the first time in something. Use your gifts to help them realize their gifts. Become a teacher, if not in profession, then in your daily practices. Find those who have never felt the recognition and encouragement you have felt and offer that to them as a gift. And finally, one more insight from the Doctor, and one which I would like to borrow in closing. One good solid hope is worth a cartload of certainties. Go forth and bestow hope on all you meet. Thank you.
Hear, hear, Dr. Ford. It's excellent. I'm deeply moved by your charge as well as the incredible passion for learning and achievement here at SCF with our honorary students today. And I would like to, we're going to end in just a minute, I'd just like to give a resounding round of applause for all the presenters and our distinguished students today. And on behalf of SCF, I want to also extend a warm thanks to others here at the college who have contributed to making this event today so special. I want to thank the volunteers. I'd like to thank our sign language interpreter, Selena Ackerland. I'd like to thank Hazeltine Nurseries for the amazing foliage here. It looks like a little jungle. And I'd like to thank METV for its coverage of the event and our SCF IT team. To our facility staff, Rob Tikar and his team, they spent many hours setting up yesterday to create this space for us. And then finally to the Honors Convocation 2013 committee, who worked for many, many months arranging the details for these events. And those members are Lynn Dries, committee chair, Deborah Gingrich, Public Affairs and Marketing. Jules Jean-Pierre. Charlene Pratt. Beth Kirsten. Jeff Snyder. Pat Schaefer. Jake Mulholland, and, forgive me, Lynette, last but not least, Lynette O'Neill, the chief organizer of the Venice campus Honors Convocation team here. Lynette, will you please come up to the front of the room? At this time, I'm happy to share with you that the list of recipients is now available, and it can be picked up at the entrances back there to the Selby room. And I'm happy to share with you also that we have a congratulatory cake, and that will now be served. It's been provided by our SCF Phi Theta Kappa group, and that cake will be in the Selby library. Lobby, excuse me. And then most important, please note that that picture taking I was talking about before, that'll take place immediately following this ceremony. And that'll be in the front of the room, again, by the blue screen. And so please pay careful attention to when your photo group is called. Congratulations, and this now concludes our ceremony.